The Black Seminoles. The Black Seminoles are descendants of free African and some runaway slaves who escaped from coastal South Carolina and Georgia into Florida's wilderness beginning as early as the late 1600s. They joined the Native Americans inhabiting Florida at the same period. Seminole, a Spanish word that means runaway, which is also derived from the word maroon. Together, the two groups formed the Seminole tribe, a multi-ethnic and biracial alliance. Today, Black Seminole descendants still live in Florida communities in Oklahoma and Texas, and in the Bahamas and northern Mexico. Modern Black Seminoles are known as Seminole Freemen in Oklahoma, Seminole Scouts in Texas, Black Indians in the Bahamas, and Muskogos in Mexico.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody is welcome here. If you're Seminole, you're welcome. If you're Bakra, you're welcome. Everybody's welcome, and God bless your soul. My name is Bertha Faye Benson. My parents' name was George Faye. In Spanish, his name was Simon Alvarez. And my mother' name was Viola Mariscal, and they from Mexico, and they were Seminole Indian descendants.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Santiago de Tuxtla. Sorry if I said the name wrong, but it's a small town on the, I guess, around Veracruz, 2 hours away from Veracruz. But it has something very special, as you can see here. This is the largest so far Olmec head found in Mexico, the largest one, and yeah, it's huge. And they actually have something written here, and I'll read it for you guys. It says, this is the largest of all the colossal Olmec heads found to date. Some specialists believe that it represents a dead person, and the reason why, and I'll paraphrase the rest, is because of the way the eyes are, and the lips and the nose. Everything, the eyes are closed. All the other Olmec heads, the eyes are open. There's more realism in the way it looks. It says it here, right here. It differs from the other heads in a number of ways. The stylish form of the headpiece, the closed eyes, and the form of the mouth, and all the features detract from the portrait-like qualities of the other Olmec heads. So basically, it's like someone sleeping or someone that's not here no more. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show you this. The reason why I came here is for some unfinished business. All right. When I first showed you guys the Olmec heads, maybe 2 years ago, I was looking for a statue that I thought it was going to be in the museum that I was at, but it wasn't there. So I said to myself, I'm going to find it next time I come to Mexico. The museum that I wanted to go to was closed, and so now it's open. So we're gonna go check it out and see this other statue. It might be in the thumbnail, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But we'll see this other statue now and discover. But tell me in the comments, I haven't said anything, before anyone jumps the gun, what are your thoughts on this huge head? All right, now the museum is right here. We'll walk here. By the way, this town is amazing. Coming from Veracruz, 2-hour drive, just going through some beautiful landscape, man. Mexico is an amazing place just to travel around, man. And you know, when you watch these movies, you might feel afraid going to small towns or off the grid areas, man. You might be missing some of the most beautiful landscapes of the country. And so, yeah, Santiago Tuxtla. Okay, ¿cómo estás? All right. Nice people here, man. All right. So here is the the museum I'm at, and let's go. Check it out. Hola. ¿Cómo está? ¿Es gratis o?
Los domingos, pero como hoy se cobran 70 pesos por persona.
Okay. All right. So Sundays it's free, but today is Thursday, so you gotta pay 70 pesos. 70 pesos.
Perdón. ¿Va a utilizar el video?
¿Ah?
¿Va a utilizar la video?
¿Qué?
Porque para utilizar el video tendría que pagar un excedente aparte de la entrada 50 pesos más.
Okay.
Sí, estaría.
Okay.
Serían 120 por. Okay.
All right. So basically, if you want to film, you got to pay extra video fees. Just finished signing in. Got my proper documentation, and so let's check out this place. All right. We'll look at some of the pottery and do some exploring. All right. Beautiful. I actually saw this in the other Olmec museum. These pieces right here. These exactly. Same type of style, everything. Check out that. We're here for a particular piece, so let's get to that point. Let's see if I can find it. Hopefully it's still here. Check out this one, guys. Wow, and in the pictures, I'm telling you, it looks so small, but this thing is huge, man. This is what I came for. This is what I've been looking for, basically, guys. So I'm gonna give you a look and tell me what it looks like. Honest opinion, guys. Tell me, we're in Mexico, and I found this piece here. Tell me what it looks like, or where it's from. Okay, I won't say anything, but tell me what it looks like. Wow. That's huge right here. Nice piece. Okay. Permiso, ¿por qué la gente dice negro? Why did we call it negro? This is the name of the piece, is called negro.
Pues prácticamente por sus rasgos negroides, ¿no? Que tiene su labio grueso, pómulos así prominentes, ¿no? La forma también así del cabello.
Right.
Así es.
Wow. So basically he's saying because of its features, ¿y sabe cuánto tiempo, cuándo la gente encontró eso?
Bueno, yo la verdad desconozco, prácticamente esa es la información que prácticamente ya conoce lo que es el encargado aquí.
Sí. Or hay mucho information. So basically, what this is basically saying, why they call it Negro, and it was found in the Tres Zapotes area. Basically, a lot of the Olmec stuff was found there, but we have a Mexican saying it's called that because of its facial features. All right. We also have another Olmec head here. All right, check this one out. Wow, amazing. The ones here are a lot better than the ones I saw in the other museum. It feels like way more complete. Look at this. The other one, some of them had dents on the top and everything, but this one gives you a full picture of how it's supposed to look. All right, I'm gonna leave this here. I can't read this in Spanish. I'll try to translate it for you guys. And yeah, man, this is the most complete head I've seen. This size, all right? Look at it. All right. Wow, man, are you kidding me? Oh man, in Mexico, guys, this is crazy, y'all. Look at that. Wow. This one gives you a clear image. And for those who are like, oh, this one doesn't have, everything has a flat head. No, not every one of them has a flat head, okay? And this one actually has what appears to be feathers. Some people have come here and said they're like cornrows. Go figure if you feel that way, but there are depictions of how this looks in other statues with the same type of symbolism in the right here. But if it's cornrows, maybe comment down below if you think they're cornrows or if it's feathers, okay? But wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And look at this guy's profile right here, man. Come on. I'm glad I came out here, boy. You literally have to travel to some remote places to see the best stuff. And yeah, I'm doing some research, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta look how far. This is not in the main city. They have Olmec heads. I think they have one Olmec head in Mexico City. You gotta go like far. And I get it too. This will bring tourism for the town. But yeah, man, this is why it's important to do your research, man. That's crazy, bro. What's up, guys? First off, I want to thank everybody who is watching the video right now. I greatly appreciate it. And also, I want to highlight what I just said. Basically, a lot of these places are off the grid, so I have to invest more into making these videos, and sometimes I don't recoup that back when I make these videos. How you can help me is by liking a video and even leaving a comment, all right? A little thing like a like actually goes a long way, and it'll help my channel grow. If you are new to my channel and so far you are liking what this video is doing, right? Please don't hesitate to watch other videos. You're gonna be recommended another video after this. It might not be mine. So what you could do is check the link in the description. It'll be a link to my channel, and check out all the awesome stuff I do have. For example, I've been to Antarctica, I've been to Cuba, and I've been to places like Venezuela. Not a lot of people can get into that country without a special visa. So yeah, I have a lot of awesome videos, and yes, I'm going to continue to go places that people don't normally go just for you, just so we can get the answers, all right? But I'm going to need your help, and it starts by liking a video, leaving a comment in the regular section, not in the live if you're watching the live. And also, guys, if you're new, consider watching more of my videos, and if you like it, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, links in the description. And yeah, man, let's get back. And oh yeah, new continents are coming soon, so don't miss it. All right, let's go. Let's get back to this video. This is a depiction of all the Olmec heads they found thus far. Just want to mention that a lot of these heads all have a similar look to them in terms of nostrils and lips. But I do believe the Olmecs were a group of people that were mixed, meaning not only that looked like this, but others. But the ones that were chosen to make the colossal heads had to have a particular type of feature. Let's go through a couple of these. You're seeing some of these in real life in my other video, so if you haven't seen the other video and want to see these, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, most definitely check it out. What I've noticed is for a lot of these is a lot of defacing. As you can see, a lot of messed up. You see these holes here? We went over these the topics of that. Now this one just looks normal right here, but yeah, amazing. And what they mention is a lot of these have like special heads. I guess the top of the head means something. Like Naruto, you know when you watch Naruto and they have like these heads with the hidden villages and stuff like that? Yeah, so that was something I think very important here. All right, huge. I think I'm the only one that got the first scale, the grand scale of this statue, because they have pictures, but they don't show you the scale of this thing. It's huge. Put my book back here so you can see. All right, it's huge. So that's like another depiction of this one, like they were making. And you can see what it says here. All right. Well, we're gonna be doing some more research on the black culture here in Mexico. My first video got so many different comments. thousands of comments, especially from Mexicans, and some of them felt like I was culture vulturing on the topic of Black African culture in Mexico. I want to make it clear in a video, before you get upset, please try to understand this one thing. Mexican culture is a mixture of so many different things. It's like a pot of beautiful food mixed up and made something special. Right, so you do have, of course, the indigenous people who lived here. These people, right? Whoever these people may be, or whoever they look like, or what they look like. We don't know if they came from Africa, but one thing for sure, they look like somebody. They look like people from Africa. But that doesn't go to say that they weren't from here, but they look like Africans. That's something that people don't try to conceive, right? Either way, right, what we do know for Mexican culture, though, in a whole, there were enslaved people that came to this country. And they did contribute to the culture of this country as well, when it comes to food, the singing, and other important things like farming. The enslaved people came here and showed people how to do certain type of farming and cultivate certain type of food that is still being eaten and celebrated in this country as well. So let me say it again. When you come to Mexico or you think about Mexican culture, do you consider the contribution of the Africans who came here to help create the culture that is Mexican today?
When Mexico was conceived as a modern nation in the 19th century, the people were told that we were all mixed breeds, that we were a part European and mostly indigenous, and that the very little bit of African genes that we had disappeared through this mixing. Interestingly so, the reason given was that African genes were recessive. So the idea that in Mexico there is no African legacy has been my lifetime challenge to prove that Africa is in the daily routine of Mexicans, not only Mexicans who look black, but also Mexicans who look white. Africa is more than a color. Africa is more than a race, particularly now that we know that races don't exist. But the legacy that Africans, this is anywhere from 300,000 to 1 million Africans were brought to Mexico during the colonial period, and they did not come empty-handed. Rice is not the only thing that Africans brought to Mexico. Some of the drinks that we have, the national drinks, 3 national drinks, are teas made from what is called Jamaica, which is known as Bissap in West Africa, and the other one is tamarind, which is called as Ruja in West Africa, and of course the rice water that comes from the same rice that now I know it came from the Casamance area. But what's really interesting is that not only our drinks, not only the rice, but even the way we serve the stews reveal a very deep African imprint in our culture as well. So in general, that is what I have dedicated my life to rediscovering our African heritage and making that heritage visible for Mexicans and everyone outside of Mexico.
Although a lot of people may not know about their African heritage through mixed, marriages and stuff like that from ancestors, one thing is clear: the Africans and indigenous did get along very well. So we're going to be going to another town and see a little bit more about the enslaved Africans that came to this country and their contribution and what they've been up to. The Mexicans here. Everybody's here. I'm talking about is Mexican, all right? And we're just going to look at the people who have the African heritage of Mexican. So let's go, all right? If you are coming to Mexico, come down here and show some love to this town, guys, and come see the heads in person. It's one thing seeing it on camera, but you gotta come and see it in person. There's a lot of stuff here that I wanted to show you guys, but I realized no. But I'm gonna let you guys come here and see it in person yourself. And yeah, this town is amazing. Okay, look how it's set up. You're gonna have a good time here, man. Shout out to the people that live in this beautiful town, man. Really beautiful. Wow, love it.
My daddy was born in Mexico, and my mother was born in Martin, Texas. And my family been come from Mexico, Nacimiento, Coahuila, Mexico. A small town, small little village outside the town of Musquis, Coahuila, Mexico. Every summer, my family been go to Nacimiento, the little ranch at the foot of the hills. My grandmama been keep the ranch up. It been have cattle them. It been had goat them and pigs and chicken, and it been had goat them. In the afternoons when we've been there, we've been always quiet, always calm, quiet, and in the evening, my daddy and my brothers been pack up the truck and get their hot them and then gone in the truck. We don't know where they went. And then when they come back, them had the truck full of cane, full of corn. We call it rosanilla. And my daddy been fix the fire and fix up the sticks, start the fire and roast the corn, roast the rosanilla. And I've been liking so much. I've been sitting right by my daddy's side. And I watch and I watch and I help and I help and now that I'm grown, I know how to cook good corn. I know how to roast the corn. Real good. Other times, my daddy been bring the truck full of cane. Long stick them the cane. And we peel them and we peel them. We cut the lip because it's sharp. Sharp, you have to be careful. And we peel and we learn how. After we cut up our lip, after we cut up our fingers, then we learn how to peel them careful, how to peel them, how to chew it, eat them and chew it and spit it out. My daddy been come to the kitchen door and they been yelling at me, get away from the fence. The bull gonna come and crush you. Well, I didn't know. My daddy been sick, so I back up a little bit, back up. The minute I back up, big Brahma bull come rolling, hit the fence where I was. Whew, Lordy. I was okay. I was good. Here I am. In Mexico, in the little village, we not been have washing machine and no. My mama and my auntie, my Aunt Alice, when I pack up all the clothes and lay the sheet out on the ground and put all the clothes. 7 children we had. 7 children my mama had. And it folded up, tied up, put the big old thing up in the truck, and we go on to the Indian Creek. And that's where my mama been washed the clothes in the Indian Creek. And me and my brother, we've been the little ones of the family. And we play all day in the water, waiting for the water to get warm, but it never get warm. That water was cold. Spring water.
Okay. Bienvenido a la comunidad de tribus de los Negros Mascagos. There you go. Interesting. Alright. Really cool. ¿Ese va a pasar todo aquí o va a ser más en el pueblo?
Un poquito para allá es pueblo. Aquí es de fiesta, las fiestas de los negros.
Ok.
Hoy es fiesta.
Sí, yo quiero ver ese. Pero, ¿qué está pasando en el pueblo? We're just gonna look inside the town real quick, but I think this is, yeah. Oh, they say Seminoles right here, Black Seminoles. está pasando aquí? ¿Los indios? No. No preocupes, yo voy a dar un poquito más. You speak English? Yeah. Oh man, where's the party? I'm here from Miami. I want to look for little Negros. Toda para allá.
Yeah. You're too far away from it. This is the town.
This is the town?
Yeah.
Is Black Seminoles?
Yeah.
You're a Seminole Indian black, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why did it go back that way?
Yeah. I mean, where are you coming?
I'm from Miami.
No, I mean for now.
Yeah, I see it.
Right there, where you see a lot of people.
That's where the party is all day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go back over there right now. Okay.
Well, you can follow ours.
All right. I can follow you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh no. Go turn around.
Hey. All right. All right. Okay. So guys, we're at the town Nacimiento de Negros, and I'm just driving around there before we go to the festival. There is a festival happening today, and I'm just looking at these pictures. They have pictures of black Mexicans here, which is amazing. It's important for me to show this, so you know it's real. And this is all over. This is one of many towns in Mexico you can find that dedicated to black people. This one is more of Seminoles who were coming from Florida, end up migrating into this area in Mexico. Obviously, because if you came into Mexico at a particular time, you were free. You didn't have to deal with American politics. And so they came here. So that's okay. Un momento. And so you get one of these pictures right here. I want to show you quick. Oh, wow. I'm dropping all type of stuff. This right here. Wow. Okay. Amazing to see this. Really nice. Wow, guys, check it out, man. Awesome. Look at that. Wow. That's cool. Really cool to see that. All right, let's get to the festivities, find out what's going on over there. All right, yeah. I'm ready to meet some of the locals. All right, guys, they're doing some form of celebration, so we'll check it out right here. Hola, ¿cómo estás, amor? All right, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Okay. So we got a different, it's like a melting pot of different shades of color of people, but everybody here is to celebrate their heritage. All right. Ooh. Nice. Hello, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Español.
Or English?
Español.
¿Cómo estás?
Eso, chingón.
¿Cómo estás? Hola. Okay. All right, nice to meet you. Hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola. What are you doing? How you doing?
YouTube in the house.
What's going on? Hey, listen. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, I've been here for a few days, yeah.
Okay, are you guys Seminole?
Seminole.
Nice to meet you. God, you hiding your face with the camera, girl. This is your first time here?
This is my first time as an adult. I used to come as a kid.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, my mom, they're descendants of the Vasquez family. You'll see a lot of that around here.
I will have to have an interview with you later on after.
Yeah, and you have to meet my cousin too.
Okay.
She's our family genealogist.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
she's here. She speaks English?
She speaks English.
Perfect. So what are they doing now? Like,
Well, right now they're having the comida, was where you eat. They already had the parade. Then later tonight there's a dance.
I'm here for it all.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Right.
You've been to Veracruz, you've been to Oaxaca, you've been to Guerrero. I've been to those places as well.
Right.
This is the richest black people.
Right here.
Yeah, look at all the cars, like they belong to them. Like in Oaxaca,
wow.
this is.
Is it because of the area they're in?
They're close to the United States, and a lot of them have easy access to the United States.
Oh wow, that's good. What you doing, girl? You live streaming? Come on, let's do it. Come on.
Before you blow up too much out there.
Yeah, what's so special about this community?
So one of the special things is that this is like one of the richest, or probably the richest black community in all of Mexico. If you go to Veracruz or Costa Chica, Guerrero, Oaxaca, a lot of the people there, they live in kind of like poverty. But here, a lot of the people, like all these pickup trucks you see, belongs to them. Like they have nice homes, they have the standard of living is pretty decent.
The black people here are the Seminoles, and the other indigenous group is the
Kikapus.
And they were okay being friends together. They
came together.
Okay.
They came together to settle this area. Now the difference is the Kikapus are an indigenous group that's acknowledged by the Americans, and they're getting their money from the casinos. If you go to Eagle Pass, Texas, if you see like the Native American reservations, that's where they get their money from. In Oklahoma and in Eagle Pass, Texas.
But they live here.
But they live here, and the children, they go back and forth.
Nice.
And a lot of the black people here, they work for them on their land, cultivating things. Or even
what about the Black Seminoles? Why can't they be recognized, or are they being recognized?
I think recently, I believe they were recognized, but they're not like, they don't have the same resources and money as the Kikapus do.
Because of the reservations?
The reservations, the Mexican, the United States, like this is not acknowledged by the United States. This is what I want to say to the people watching. The people watching, or anybody who has like power or anything, the thing that I would say is the United States needs to give the African Americans, the Afro-Mexicans, the Muskogees, citizenship, because these are descendants of slaves. These are descendants of slaves from Florida that went to Oklahoma, and the only reason they came to this area is because to escape slavery. So because Mexico did not have slavery, the United States did. You know, there was a lot of lies that were told. They went from Florida all the way to Oklahoma, and the reason for that is because they were promised that they would be given land and that they would not be slaves.
Should they have double citizenship?
Yes, they should have dual citizenship. They're Mexican by birth, they're Mexican by language and culture, but they're American, they're African Americans. Like, you know, look, the Africans in Mexico, in Costa Chica, Guerrero, they have nothing to do with African Americans. These are the descendants of African Americans, the slaves, John Horse and all the people that came. Some people actually went back and fought for the U.S., and then some people stayed. These are the people that stayed. So I'm not like talking about all the black Mexicans should get passport or anything like that. Only this group. It's a very small community. They should get the dual citizenship so they can be with their families a whole lot easier, because a lot of the people here, they it's difficult for them to go back and forth because some of them are illegal.
Right.
How can they be illegal and be African Americans? And the other thing to note is that today they might have a name like Vasquez or Rodriguez or something like that.
But it could have been something
No,
else.
it was a William or a Johnson or things like that. The reason why they changed their names is to escape the people that were gonna, like the slave traders, to run away from them. Like in case like America said like, hey, you guys got our slaves over there, we're gonna go and catch them.
So they changed they deliberately changed their last name.
A lot of these people, they have like two names, but of course like a lot of the history and things is gone. That's the issue that I think is very important. They should be given dual citizenship because they left America by force to escape slavery. They didn't leave America for fun or anything like that. They left by force.
Oh, qué rico la comida. ¿Cómo estás, hermano? All right. You are like the second Black Seminole I've met in real life.
Oh, really?
Right. First person I knew, she told me that. I didn't really understand what she was talking about, but now I'm older. So how is that? Just knowing you're Seminole and you're black.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's very beautiful. I think out of all my friends, I'm the only one that can trace my lineage all the way to slavery, post-slavery. I know my grandmother, my great-grandmother, the ones that were born here in Nacimiento, Pilares Negros. I know them all, and our families, they share the stories. And then we used to come here as kids when you didn't need a passport.
Right.
A lot of the festivities take place in Bracketville, and also it just came up with, growing up, people are always asking, well, what are you? What do you mean, what am I? Well, my mom is Mexican and Black Seminole Indian, and my dad is Negrito, he's black. So I'm a Blaxican, I'm African American, whatever you want to call me. But it's beautiful. Our culture is so rich.
So tell me something about the culture.
I guess the biggest thing about our culture that's
Right.
different than some others, we treat each other as family. You're a Black Seminole, I'm a Black Seminole, we're primos. We're cousins somewhere.
Regardless
of if we really are. I'm like, well, who's their mom? You know, we're always trying to fact check.
Yeah.
But that's probably the most beautiful thing about our culture is that everyone treats you as family. They'll call you cousin even though you may not be their cousin. Everyone is helpful, and they don't mind sharing their stories, and they're proud of their culture. They're not adopting to, no, we're just Mexicans, because they can.
Right.
And I mean, maybe do some fact checking, but it wasn't too long ago until Mexico recognized, oh yeah, we have Black Negros, yeah. You know, that was just like in recent years.
Yeah, in
I guess when Black was in, you know. And so now, it's an in thing, but our people never said, no, I'm just straight Mexican. No, I'm Muskogo, I'm Seminole, I'm Black Seminole.
Well, you know, it's amazing to say, like, I can call you and say you're Mexican, that's it. You know what I mean? If you're born here, you're Mexican, it doesn't matter what your color you are. But is there an importance to identify your heritage, or if not? Because I've come across some Mexicans that say, hey, we all Mexicans, you don't have to say the black part.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that, honestly?
My thoughts on that, it might be some colorism within the races. I mean,
that's already something. No,
you know, there's some
people don't like to talk about, like classism, colorism. In Mexico, the darker the skin, the less you're known to get paid in Mexico.
Right.
So, you know.
And then our friend there, he'll tell you, he knows of stories where the darker you are, the more land you were able to get.
Oh, this is back then?
Yes.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, so the darker you are, the more land that you...
So, I don't think that's the case now. What you think? How that changed?
With the dissemination of the bloodline starting to thin out. Because now you have Muskogos. There's one lady here, Lucia. She's the oldest Muskogee that's alive. Pure.
Right.
Her bloodline hasn't been mixed.
Right.
Where with other cultures like Jewish and where there's not too much mixing but here there's a lot of mixing. A lot of our Black Seminoles are marrying full-blooded Mexicans, and then their kids have a trace of it when they go marry again. That's what's happening with the bloodline.
It's just mixed generations. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's a beautiful thing. As long as you can remember that you have that African heritage and you acknowledge your indigenous heritage, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I come here in June to celebrate with my Black Seminole family. In July, I'm going to Houston to go celebrate with my daddy side, my Black side.
Well,
it's great.
A lot of Americans are now acknowledging June 19th. So I think,
man, they so late though.
You're right.
We've been doing this since I was a kid. I mean, literally like 6, 7 years old, we've been celebrating Juneteenth.
So what is the significance of June 19th here?
Well, the significance, there's quite a few.
Right.
Well, one, that was when the slaves were free, and they celebrated here.
Oh, in Texas, okay.
Right, for their ancestors and their cousins that are still in Texas.
Oh,
okay?
Wow.
Now, as well as, I just lost my train of thought on that. But yeah, it's very important. That's why we celebrate it. And God, I had another thought. It'll come back to me.
Okay.
I got excited.
First off, I love your vestida. ¿Te gusta ese vestida?
Muchas gracias.
Ajá.
Me gustan tus trenzas.
Mira, dígame la historia de esa comunidad.
Bueno, somos una comunidad huyendo de la esclavitud hace muchísimos años, llegando a México en 1850, quedado establecidos aquí oficialmente en 1852, teniendo el gran privilegio de tener mucha agua, tierra, semillas y herramientas para trabajar. Claro, no fue completamente regalado este territorio, se tuvo que luchar con otras tribus que estaban aquí para poderles decir que se fueran o de alguna manera que no estuvieran, y es la manera de que estaban asolando estas regiones, es de la manera que nos quedábamos aquí. Lo lamento mucho por las personas que en aquellos tiempos se tuvieron que lastimar, pero pues eran ellos o nosotros, y nosotros nos quedamos, digo, mis antepasados.
¿Y qué está haciendo hoy?
Estamos celebrando la emancipación de los pueblos negros. Estamos celebrando nuestra libertad. No nada más de nosotros, sino de todas las comunidades afro que ha habido en Estados Unidos. Y pues aquí en México, hasta en el 2019 fuimos reconocidos que existíamos, porque en México no quería decir que tenía negros. ¿Por qué? Porque México trajo negros como esclavos. Los únicos negros que llegaron siendo libres fuimos los mascogos. Los mascogos llegaron caminando y llegaron en familia, los demás no, llegaron trabajando, llegando siendo esclavos. Entonces México no quería reconocer eso. Gracias a Dios que ya estamos reconocidos como pueblo afrodescendiente, negro mascogo, igual que las demás comunidades negras que están en el país.
¿Tú eres un gringa?
No, yo soy mexicana. Mi abuela es negra mascoga 100%, su color de piel oscura, por aquí está, es abuelita Lucía, y luego ella se casó con una persona que llegó aquí a trabajar como pastor o cuidando chivas o la labor.
Pero su familia de tu abuela salen de Estados Unidos.
Exacto, yo soy afro, porque mis antepasados africanos llegaron a Estados Unidos siendo africanos para trabajar como esclavos. Nacieron en Estados Unidos algunos negros mascogos y de ahí se vinieron aquí, pero seguimos siendo negros africanos, claro, con descendencia, algunos en Estados Unidos y ahorita yo afromexicana. Mis familiares no eran ciudadanos norteamericanos. Si hubieran sido ciudadanos norteamericanos se hubieran quedado en Estados Unidos. Ellos eran esclavos, ellos tenían el apellido de su patrón, a ellos su patrón les ponía el apellido, ellos no tenían ni siquiera nombre, ellos venían corriendo de ser esclavos. Mis antepasados no eran norteamericanos, eran esclavos de los norteamericanos.
Si tú tienes una cosa para decir el mundo, ¿qué tú puedes decir?
Que soy mi corazón, mi vida, mi cuerpo, mi sentir, todo. Soy orgullosa de ser afromexicana, de ser negra mascoga, porque yo no soy negro por mi color de piel. Yo soy negra por mi legado, por mis usos, por mi costumbre, por mi tradición, por mi familia. Yo soy negra mascoga, yo soy negra. No importa que alguna persona me diga, tú eres blanca, tú eres güera, tu piel de piel es clara. Sí, pero hay unas personas que están con su color de piel negra o oscura y no saben los usos, costumbres y tradiciones de su familia. Y yo soy negra mascoga porque mi familia me enseñó a ser negra mascoga.
Ajá, eso es bonita, amor. I gotta get a hug from this girl right here.
El español.
Mi novia era mexicana. Guys, so guess what? I'm eating a empanada, but I thought this had meat in it. Actually, it has calabaza. Calabaza
con azúcar.
And it's a tradition they do here in the city. So I'm just sharing it with you. It's very sweet, guys. Look at it right here.
Very sweet.
Oh, you speak English? Speaking English? So she was telling me, guys, her right here, her grandma speaks English because of her family kept that tradition, but it got lost after her grandma. But yeah, her grandma speaks English. Nice. Awesome. So you have to speak English too. Hello, how are you?
Sí, claro.
What is your name?
Elsa.
My name is León, como un animal.
León.
Sí.
Oh. El mío es Elsa. Vázquez Villalobos.
Nice to meet you, Elsa. It's a pleasure. Okay. Es un placer. Okay. Okay.
Mi abuela era de Estados Unidos. Se llamaba Mary Payne.
Oh, Mary Payne.
Mary Payne.
Okay. So her grandma, American name is Mary Payne. Wow. ¿Y tú? Isla Payne?
Elsa Vázquez.
Elsa Vázquez. Okay.
Tu mamá tenía los apellidos Este es mi abuelo, esta es mi abuela.
Sí, pero su mamá.
Mi mamá era nacida en Del Río, en el barrio Valverde.
Okay.
Se llama el Entonces, mi mamá tiene nombre en inglés y nombre en mexicano. En inglés era Dora Wilson y en mexicano era Dora Villalobos.
Oh, wow, dos apellidos diferentes. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So this lady right here, she has ¿cuántos hijos? Cuatro. Cuatro varón. So all these women right here are they're dating her sons. So that's amazing. That just goes to show you the generations of how the mixed mingling happens here. Okay. Guys, so her brother's here. Check out her brother, man. Wow. There you go. Guys, she speaks some English, okay? ¿Qué dice Gaby? ¿Qué dice Gaby? What you ask me? She say, because I gotta take taxi going back and forth. She say, you got much money? Do I got much money?
No.
This all started in Florida. The Seminole Wars, they never talked about because the black men that fought in them wars, they were already here. They already knew that they came from Africa, from Jerusalem and that part, you know? So they knew already the tribes that they were from, you know what I'm saying? Like the Seminoles come from Edith, the tribe of Edith, out of Jerusalem. You can read on that too. And then they come here, Seminole is in the Bible, but it broke down in syllables, you know what I'm saying? And it always was because they were warriors. They never let out, you know? They never let out. So when they were here and then the English and the Spanish started coming, that's why you didn't know, like a lot of people don't understand, like in Spain, there are a lot of Moors. There were a lot, the dances they do in Spain are Moor dances. The dances they do in Oaxaca, Guerrero, that's Moor. You know what I mean? Because Moors are black who were cultivated everything before. And then they started getting, either dying out and getting killed, you know what I mean? Because they had so much power. So they wanted to take that power away from them. Because how do you break people? The infrastructure, the power, them knowing what they are. And that's it. So, Seminole Wars, and the Seminole Wars, the Black Seminoles, they went to Oklahoma. They were there like 10 years. And then the United States government wanted to go.
Let's bring it back real quick, right? They were in, we're talking about the Black Seminoles. They started off in Florida, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about black people integrating into the indigenous family.
Yeah, but you see, like the Florida Seminoles that are there now, that's not original Florida Seminoles.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's why if you look at the Caribbeans, they have Seminoles there too. Because black people are already here, bro. So it's, yeah. So you tell me, if you look at history, yeah, they're put down like when they brought all the Germans, people that they
don't want to
yeah, exactly. But they don't, but okay, where's ours? If y'all brought so many slaves over here, then where's that at? Because it's a lot.
Right.
You didn't bring nobody over here. Yeah, you brought a couple of them. I think it was like 4 or 5%. You know what I mean? But you didn't bring none that you say now, like what they do in America, the infrastructure of slavery was for them to win, for them to be able to gain. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't gain over us. So those Seminole Wars were all over that because of what had already transpired in Africa. But when they came here, the blacks were like, no, y'all know this, that we were never slaves to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they fought. They had like 3 Seminole Wars in Florida, won all of them. They don't say that in history. They went to Oklahoma because they say, all right, cool, they're going to be here in Oklahoma. The Black Seminoles never were satisfied because they said, okay, we're here 10 years, and the United States government tried to take them back into slavery. So they came down, you know, and they were here in Brackett, where there's the Real, Pecos River, all that. So the Kickapoo, and this is even bringing in the Kickapoo, but the Kickapoo were getting killed by the Apache, Comanche, and all that. So the chief from the Kickapoo came and told the black chiefs, the ones that weren't in power, that were leading us, they were like, oh, you know what, can y'all help us because we just getting killed. So they came with us. But now, you know, they even try to leave us out of that history, you know what I'm saying? Because now they got, you know, white money, So that's the whole thing. So, and this, like this here, it's been the Juneteenth been celebrated for a long time. Only time I've ever missed Juneteenth was like in 2002 when I went to college.
How your ancestors used to be the border patrol.
Oh yeah, that was like it was that. That's what they were. They were border patrol. If you look at even like San Antonio, New Braunfels, Texas, all them things, they were established after they dismantled the Seminole, you know what I'm saying, and Bracken and Fort Clark. And if you look at that history, it's letting you know if you're smart enough and you read and you can put things together, you know that's why it was, because it was safe. So they could say, oh, this is when New Braunfels was established. This was established Austin. You know what I'm saying? They were all established in the 18. So if you ruled people while you established in the 1800s, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Already close to the 1900s. So what's the difference? You know what I mean? So that lets you know. But if you don't, and you don't like to look up history, that's like the Caribbeans. If blacks were in the Caribbean, why would they not be here? Dominican Republic, all that, Haitians, all that. It's the same. Why would they not be here? Tell me.
Were you born here or?
I was born in San Antonio.
You have family members here?
Yeah, all my family's here.
They were born here?
Yeah, I was born here. My grandfather wasn't born here. He came over here. My daddy was born here.
Okay.
And all my sisters were born here. Karina, all them were here.
So, like, how important was your family to in your family, was it for them to keep up their heritage and letting you know?
It was really important more for my uncles, my dad's brother. He was really very proud of him he was very proud of being black, of what he was. He never denied it. Like I am. I'm very proud of being black. You know what I mean? It's something that that's not, you know, you can't make no other color without black.
You know, I think there's a lot of Mexicans that have they might have a black heritage, but they don't know it because their parents never taught them.
That's like in Oaxaca, Guerrero, what I'm telling you about. A lot of the guys that were real revolutionaries in Mexico and the Mexican history, they were mixed with black.
Right.
But they keep that out of it. But now they looking it up now. They're going to do it because that's all it is. It's racism towards one race. You know what I mean? That's all it really is. So
it's like history that we can say history is being suppressed
all
across
the time.
the board.
Yeah.
It's not an American thing.
Everything.
I be making these videos and they always say, "Oh, you American? You trying to?"
No.
I'm just trying to learn.
It's just like in Brazil, just like in Colombia, Argentina, all them places. It's being suppressed. France, all that. Okay, yeah, that's what I tell you. If you look at France, why did France win the World Cup when they won it? They won it because they had nothing but black talent. If you look at the ideology of France, okay, you saying that these are white guys, then why did not that color of people win it? They were blacks. That won you. Oh, but it's good for when we win stuff for you, but it's not good for us to want our own history to be told. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it's good when you suppressing us, but you making money off of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, man, that's why I tell you, you have to. All people of color need to know and find their own stuff, their own history to make their people more, their family more stronger in that way. Because if you don't, if you just think that, oh, you're a ghetto, you come from there, you ain't nothing, then you just keep raising people that are not, proud of themselves, proud of what they are. So, you know what I'm saying? Just even down to wearing a cowboy hat and all that. Black people originate that. Bull riding.
Yeah, I heard the first cowboys.
We had black people, man. You had Bill Payton. You had a lot of world champions. Dylan Wilson, world champions that were world champions 10 years in a row. Because you cannot mess with us. You know what I'm saying? So now you make it like, oh yeah, it's a big thing. But yeah, now you get them Brazilian dudes that come in and win, mix. Now you see. As you can see where the cookie crumbles. That's what I'm saying. Like it's ignorance to me when people don't want to find out what they are.
Who are you?
I'm Dina Arredondo Rodriguez. I'm a descendant of the Black Seminoles. My parents were both born here in Nacimiento.
Go ahead.
My parents were both born here in Nacimiento, and since 2005, after that's when I've been coming to Juneteenth here in Nacimiento as an adult.
How's the experience been growing up in a Black Seminole family?
Well, to be honest, I really didn't know that I was part of the Black Seminoles until I was an adult, because we hardly came to Mexico. But as I was an adult with my children, with my daughter, when we had to come back from my grandmother's funeral, that's when we started coming to Seminole Days.
You didn't put two to two together. You knew your grandma lived here.
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't know much about my history.
Okay.
Until we were in Bracketville at the cemetery, and my dad points to this Medal of Honor Pompey factor and goes, "Mija, I want you to investigate. We're related to this man, but I don't know how."
Okay.
I said, "Okay, Daddy." So I was
Your
researching.
dad is a Latino man?
He's mixed.
Okay. He's
He was born here in Nacimiento.
Okay.
His daddy's Mexican, his mama was black.
Okay.
So when I investigated, I said, "Oh, Daddy, that's your second great grandfather, which makes him my third great grandfather, the Medal of Honor, Pompey Factor."
Wow, that's beautiful.
And he was a Black Seminole Indian scout here in Mexico, and then also in the United States. That's what he won the Medal of Honor for in the United States.
Okay, it's been an amazing day for me. You're like the second Black Seminole. Well, actually, I've been meeting a couple here, but like only today. I never really knew about you guys until one of my friends mentioned she was, and I couldn't even put two together. But do you guys get any perks like any other Seminole? I don't know.
No, we're not a recognized registered tribe.
How come is this? Why is that?
Well, the story is that back in the day, the commissioner that was here, he was a very wealthy man.
Right.
And when they came and asked the Kikaboos if they wanted, the Kikaboos said yes. When they came and asked Nacimiento that they wanted, he said no. Because he had money, but the rest of us didn't. And so the story is because he said no, that's why we're not.
Is there a way of fixing that?
Possibly, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not into the political stuff
Listen,
like that.
I'm a Black Seminole. I'm not trying to pay no taxes or nothing, okay? I'm trying to be out here like, yo, this is my land. You know what I mean?
Well, I have my dad's house, which is my great-great-grandmother's house here in Nacimiento still. So we're trying to fix that up. But,
Awesome.
I mean, I don't live here. I want to try to get my dual citizenships like my cousins have. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the logistics and the political stuff of all of that that's going on here because I don't live here.
But you shouldn't. It shouldn't be a problem that you get the dual citizenship.
No, because my daddy was born here. I have a copy of his birth certificate.
Okay, awesome. That'd be cool. So how important is it for your children to know about their history?
Oh, it's very important. Like I said, I grew up not knowing about it.
Right.
You know, my parents didn't tell us about it, but as I got older as an adult, and then my dad was getting more interested into it, then that's how.
It's getting loud here.
That's how I got my cousins, and my children involved in learning about their history. So my daughter's really interested, and I want to do it for her kids and my son's kids to carry it on, so it doesn't be a lost history.
And the language too. I think I saw you crying on a video. Was that you crying up in the video, girl? You crying?
Well,
I feel
yes,
you. I understand.
it's the Seminole language. I had a great uncle. That's all he spoke, and nobody could ever understand what he was saying.
Right.
And it was Seminole that he spoke. He was illiterate. I remember taking him to go cash his checks, and he didn't know how to write his name. He could just put an X.
Right.
And since one of my cousins had did a video in brackets about the language being lost, I'm like, that's what my grandmother spoke, and her brother, my great uncle. You know, I remember the language. My cousins don't remember the language because they didn't grow up with it, but I did. And so that really touched my heart. I'm like, I know that language. I don't want it to be lost. But
Can you share some words with us, if any?
Thank you for helping me come over here. Quit laughing. Hannah don't know. Hannah happy that you come to Nacimiento. I don't think it's recording.
It is recording.
Okay, there's my picture.
Why is your daughter laughing?
Because everybody laughs at the language, the way it's spoken.
Okay, so that's how
it's like a gullah.
Yeah, it's like a gullah. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's beautiful, man. Okay, let's go talk to your cousin.
Okay.
All right.
She's anxious to see you. You ready?
Yeah, let's
Come
go.
on.
YouTube channel. I saw you when you went to Cuba.
Oh, really?
Yes, I saw you and I was like, oh my God, he's here. I can't believe it.
To film you now.
No,
For you, to film
I
you.
need a husband. Anybody needs a wife?
You might get somebody come here next year looking for you.
No, they need to hurry up. I own 2 houses, one in San Antonio, one here.
Okay, guys, if I disappear.
Oh, I'm right here. I can be your wife.
Are you Mexicana?
Yes. I was born in Mexico.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Were you born in this side of town or what side of town?
I was born in Musquis, but I lived here all my life when I was a child.
Okay.
And then my parents, they moved to San Antonio, and now my dad came back.
How was life growing up here?
Well, it was fun. We didn't have no light when I was living up here. We didn't have no water. Now that I came, that I'm older, they had water, they had light. I mean, and then the river had
dried out?
Yes, but now it has a little water again. Awesome. So the water is coming back.
So a lot of things have changed here.
They changed for good because now we can have a mini split. One of those air conditions that you put on the...
Is this your family right here? Who's these guys to you?
These are Bernice kids.
Okay.
And what is your Tío John? He's the mayor. He's the mayor from the town. Her uncle. That's her mom's brother.
Of the town, this town? Or?
Here.
Nice. Okay, awesome, man. That's what's up, man.
And those are her kids. This is my granddaughter.
Okay.
And this is Bernice's son.
Okay, nice. This is beautiful.
And I was like telling everybody when I saw you at the dance floor, I was like, he's a YouTuber.
Have you ever met any other YouTubers?
Not the big ones. You look Jamaican.
I'm not Jamaican. Mexican black.
She's a Mascoja.
No Jamaican blood at all.
No, they tell me sometimes.
Has anybody told you that?
No, I've been told Puerto Rican, Colombiana, all them, but never Jamaican. Yeah, Dominican.
That's what they be telling me too. I say yes, I'm from Cuba. Yeah, I do. I tell everybody I wanted to be born in La República Dominicana because I love bachata. I'm always have my bachata CDs on every day. Her grandpa is the mayor from the town.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
She's the granddaughter
Of the mayor of the town. Okay, nice.
I don't want y'all women talking about me. You're Italian. About my whole past rendezvous. What's going on there, partner?
It's good, man. All right.
You were my first wife. And she's gonna be my last wife too.
You know how he likes playing, right?
Yeah.
It's a game.
Were you born here?
No, I'm from San Antonio.
So she has a Dallas accent, a Texas accent, but when she starts speaking Spanish, the Mexican accent pops
I
up.
was trying to make it.
No. Porque el año pasado ponimos and you didn't show up.
No, that was the day before.
Yeah, but you didn't show
That
up.
was the day before because I had to go to San Antonio and give my grandkids.
Pura mentira.
No, I didn't have my grandkids when I was
Guys, this is her mother right there. Look how young she looks. Very young. Because I was just talking to a woman right here, and she was telling me how her grandma spoke English. And like that was something like her grandma spoke.
Like fluent?
Yeah, because the ancestors came from America, so they try to maintain the English.
Over there, my house,
habló con alguien acá. Oh, vinieron a vivir aquí. Oh, okay. So it was just a lot of people that came from like different states in the Americas and came and kind of made lives here. So that's how the English came.
Are you guys Seminoles?
Somos, no, ¿verdad? Nosotros no somos Seminole, ¿verdad? Pero somos como quiera, ¿no? Como quiera ven en nuestra sangre, pero tú y dad.
Yes.
Tú y dad, pero yo y nosotros. So it kind of stopped with her generation.
Well, if that's your mama, you still Seminole, girl. You a little Mexican Seminole. Little. That's your heritage, though.
Está chita enojada que por qué no iba.
Oh, baby.
Van a salir en video. Él tiene un channel.
What's up?
Yo soy la hija de Roma.
Ah, ¿te pareces a tu
Oh,
mamá?
yeah. La hija de Lolo.
Ajá.
Yo te gusta ese vestido, amor.
Oh, sí.
Yeah.
¿Y sus baños?
That's my aunt.
That's your
And
auntie?
that's her granddaughter.
Oh, nice, nice.
No conocía a tu papá, se me hizo tan güerora.
Mira.
Hasta que me estaba viendo.
¿De mamá Gecho?
Oh. ¿Quién te dio esta
¿Quién
foto?
es ella?
Es mía.
Oh, she passed away.
Oh,
She's the one who
La vieran.
they had the museum of Mama Gecho and the products like the shampoo, the
Oh, yeah.
Getcho's in that picture?
yes, for my aunt.
Wow.
Oh, Getcho, that's right.
So who's family member? You know her?
She's on my side of the family. That's my dad's side. That was my dad's first
Yeah,
cousin.
estaba limpiando
Wow.
Unfortunately, my dad's no longer here.
Yo sé, tía, yo
He used to be
sé.
the mayor of this town.
Your father.
No
Wow.
llores, no llores. Voy a ir, tía, voy a ir.
Respected.
Voy a ir para allá mañana, tío.
Good. I got the original OGs out here looking clean. Top notch cowboys up in here, man. What they know about that, baby? What's going on, man? Y'all looking good out here, man.
Y soy negrita de americana, Estados Unidos.
Yo no, yo de aquí de México.
Oh, wow. Me gusta.
Tu mamá era negrita y tu padre de España.
España.
Oh, bueno.
Wow.
Qué rico.
Español.
Era español.
Ah. ¿Tu mamá habla inglés?
Mi mamá sí hablaba.
Wow.
Sí.
Pero tu papá no quiere tu...
No, no hables inglés con mis hijas, digo, porque luego tú me vas a sacar la garra a mí, vas a hablar mal de mí con ella.
Ah, no, bebé.
Tenía un celo.
Bueno, yo enseño inglés.
Ajá.
I love you, baby.
Ah, lo choqueó.
I love you, what?
Oh my God.
Your boyfriend? He's gringo, is a little bit black.
El abuelito de él.
Black, white?
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful, man.
El abuelito de él era mi suegro.
Ah.
Era negrito, mi suegro.
Wow.
Mi mamá también black.
Wow. Wow, pues parece gringo.
Sí, su papá era muy güero.
Wow.
Papá de él.
Ah.
Y su mamá morena, negrita.
Wow.
Soy de aquí, soy de aquí.
Oh, beautiful, man. All right, man. We good, man. Nice to know you.
Dijo Mexico.
We hanging out, chilling, vibing. Get I'm with the boss. I'm with the boss already. Chilling, you know what I'm saying? We got Texas in the building, Mexico in the building, Miami in the building. You already know what's going down. Let's go, baby.
Everybody in the house. Everybody.
That's good, that's good. That's good, yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Mira, más que bonitos. Mira, tequila. That's what we need. Maybe tonight, they're gonna have it.
It was really eye-opening to be, I would say, included into a place like that, where they just welcomed us in, told us the stories of the people there. And it was just, overall, it was a really good vibe. The welcomeness, the warmth of the people when you visit a place. A lot of times you hear people talking about places, they don't really factor that in.
All right, guys, after a wonderful day hanging out with the barbecue earlier this afternoon. There was supposed to be a rodeo, but because of the rain, they canceled it. And now the dance. The dance should be going on till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, man, these guys are going in, man. I'm sweating because one of the girls saw me and grabbed me and made me start dancing, man. But needless to say, man, the whole town is out and some, man. And they are some beautiful women in the building. And cowboy hats, man. This is their place, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. These cowboys, these guys with the hats, they know how to dance, man.
just fine.
So your great-great-grandfather was Pompey?
Pompey Factor, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And it's great when you open up books. There was a book called Black Indians by William Katz. And I'll never forget doing a book report. And I opened it up. Mommy, he said that. And then, you know, trying to tell people that's your great-great-grandfather. Yeah, right. But, oh, it was great. Yeah. So there's a lot of history here. So, Factor, Ward, Payne, Vasquez.
Where Payne at? My homegirl, where's she at?
There's just certain names, but the Vasquez is the big one. And some spelled it with the V, some spelled it with the B, but. So you'll see it. So we have like a family reunion next month. And they call it the Vasquez, because wherever your name is spelled, yeah. And then there's a whole plethora of people that have the names that are in the books and in the history, but they don't know nothing about it. I posted on YouTube and on Facebook and everything, but they don't come.
So what name should somebody double check? You said Vasquez,
Payne, Ward, Factor. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting some off the top of my head. But there's some other ones. Yeah.
Have you seen the eyes of Pan? Have you heard the cry of pain? Have you felt the aching hunger and tears falling like rain? Can we find hope for tomorrow? Can we find a helping?
Thanks for watching this video. If this is your first video, try to watch all the other episodes and catch up so you don't miss what's happening next. I guarantee you, it's going to be crazy. Yo.